Okay, I'm going to start off by saying, honestly, I used to play Call of Duty a lot. I got into it with Black Ops 2, and I played up until about Modern Warfare, the newer one, and I haven't really touched it since. I played the newer Modern Warfare until Cold War came out, and then I just haven't really played Call of Duty because I've gotten more into the solo game atmosphere. I'm more into the single player, take your time kind of games. But the other day, when I saw that Ubisoft was making a free to play first person shooter really similar to like Call of Duty or Valorant, I actually got pretty excited. And not to mention, it has all of the characters from the Ubisoft universe. So that also actually ties in perfectly with a video I'm making in the future. But I thought might as well register for the closed beta. And surprisingly, I got in. And that's actually a funny story. I had no clue about this game until a couple of days ago. It was, I think, the 10th when I saw the registry for the beta, and I registered and I ended up getting invited. So that's pretty cool. And luckily, they don't have an NDA for this closed beta, so I'm able to show you guys the footage, and that's just really exciting. And not to mention, it was a blast playing. I'll get into that. I just want to say, if you don't know what XDefiant is, I don't even know if I think it's XDefiant. It just might be Defiant with an X. I don't know. But XDefiant is a new Ubisoft game. I pretty much explained everything. It's a free-to-play first-person shooter. It's really similar to Call of Duty, where you just get into a match, you play domination, or there's 4 game modes: escort, domination. Can't remember the other 2, to be honest. I'm just going off of my head here, but I played mostly domination. That's just kind of my game mode in most Call of Duty games, so I went with it in this game. The loadout system, also very similar to Call of Duty. You level up your guns, you unlock attachments and everything like that. As you level up your character, you unlock more guns. There's a few guns, but I wouldn't say there's a lot, but then again, it is a closed beta, and I'm not expecting the whole game to be out and released right now. But for what we did have, there was quite a bit, and there was quite a bit of attachments and customization you could do to the guns too. And of course, with any game like this, there is a battle pass. I think it's kind of just like a closed beta battle pass where there's 10 items. You can level up and get those 10 items throughout the closed beta, and I think those transfer over once the full game gets released. So how did I enjoy the game? I thought the game was actually really fun. I thought the gameplay was really smooth for a first-person lobby shooter like this. I loved Modern Warfare when it came out because it was that first Call of Duty where everything felt kind of smooth, other than Advanced Warfare. I actually loved Advanced Warfare. Many people didn't like it, and many people kind of associate it to Infinite Warfare, but in my opinion, Advanced Warfare, one of the best Call of Duties, and I will fight you on that. And this game kind of has that smooth feeling without exosuits and everything, but sliding, I will say actually, vaulting stuff feels kind of choppy, and I think it's something they could fix. I noticed sometimes when I jumped over a ledge, I would kind of get stuck, and then I would keep going. Like, my character would stop moving forward and then continue to move forward for like a half second, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but you feel it when you're playing. But other than that, like sliding, there's a lot of spots for you to slide into, like holes in the wall and stuff like that, and that all feels pretty smooth. And speaking of smooth gameplay, the gunplay felt really smooth, and I say that about a lot of Ubisoft games, and they just know how to do good gunplay, to be honest. The guns feel like they're shooting, they're packing a punch. I will say also, though, the pistols are definitely something they could work on. I love using pistols in video games, like pack a hard punch, they do a lot of damage, but they only have a few bullets per clip. I don't know how to explain it, but this game, it felt like I was shooting people with airsoft guns when I was using the pistols. I would unload clips into someone, they wouldn't die. The accuracy was all out of whack. And to be honest, I could just be bad at video games. I could be just bad at lobby shooters. It could just be because I'm getting back into it, but the accuracy felt weird. I felt like I was shooting people and either my bullets weren't hitting or maybe it was a damage thing. I would unload clips into people, and then it would end up they would kill me within seconds with the same gun I was using. But then again, as I said, I'm just getting back into lobby shooters. I've never really been good at games like this. I think the best I've done was a match in Modern Warfare. I think I did 100 kills, 40 deaths or something, which is good, but it's not the best. So honestly, it could just be how I'm playing, but it did feel like there was maybe some latency or something going on in the lobbies where my shots weren't hitting, but theirs were, and that just sounds like the age-old loser excuse, so I'll just stop on that. The maps, are something else I want to talk about too, because I love the feeling of these maps. They feel like the older Call of Duty maps. There's just something about it. It just feels classic to be playing them, and at the same time, I think that classic feeling also comes from these games, also comes from these maps being from other Ubisoft games we've played. Like, there's a few maps where there's a bunch of black tusk stuff everywhere and yellow tarps, which is, the yellow tarps are what signify jump spots in the Division, and the black tusk is the people who invaded in the Division. So it just feels like, you know, you're running around a Division map. I don't know how to explain it. They did the maps really well. Same with the Echelon HQ. That one just felt really well built. Everything is compact. You have good spots to hide, but at the same time, it's open. It's not too open, but it's not too closed down. It's really well how they did that. One thing I was wondering is how they would do the characters from the games they're portraying here. I was wondering if maybe how Battlefront has the hero pickups, maybe you could pick up like a Sam Fisher drop or an Aiden Pierce drop, and you could become that person in game as like a quick power up. But I did not see that in the beta, and that is also just like, I was wondering if they would do that. I had no expectations of that, but maybe as this is just a closed beta, they have thoughts of that in the future. We'll see on that. But how they did the characters is, there's 4 different character classes. You can be part of the Echelon, which is from Splinter Cell. You can be part of the Phantoms, which are like ex-Ghost members from Ghost Recon. You can be part of DedSec, but I think you have to unlock the DedSec. I couldn't access the DedSec stuff in the beta, but maybe they just don't have access to that in the beta yet. They're still working on it. I don't know. I'll have to look more into that. And then they have the Libertads, which are the militia from Far Cry 6. And then they have the Cleaners from the Division. And the way all that works is each character class has 2 different specialties they can use. I did Echelon the majority of my playtime. I did a mix of the ghillie suit with the intel suit, where the ghillie suit lets you turn invisible for a few seconds, and the intel suit marks people. And then with the Echelon class, you have a special while you play. You build it up is like a progression meter. Once it gets full, for the Echelon anyway, you put on night vision goggles and you can actually see all of the enemies on the map, like through walls. They have a red outline, and then it gives you a silenced pistol that is really strong, actually. So you can just go around, you know, I think it lasts for 10 seconds and then it goes away. I think the best I did, I got like 5 or 6 kills on it. I don't know what the other power-ups are, because to be honest, I find something I like and I stick to it. And I found the Echelon, I liked it. I like the digital ghillie, but I'm trying to unlock all the characters for the Echelon class, and one of them you do have to use the intel suit, so I've been using that a little bit. I will say too, with it being a closed beta, it has been a little difficult to play. For example, last night I signed on and it took me an hour before I got into a game, and then when I finally got into a game, there were no players in it, and I had to eventually just give up. I couldn't get into a game, and I don't blame that on, you know, Ubisoft or nothing. I blame it on it being a closed beta. There's probably a lot of people playing. The servers are probably on fire right now. So there's that. There was a few little glitches on the menu. There are a few graphical glitches, but really, I think those are all things that it's good to see, because in the future, when the game gets fully released, we'll be able to see if they improved on it. Now, if you are excited for XDefiant, I am gonna say it's a free-to-play game. It's gonna be on PC, it's gonna be on consoles. I don't know if it's gonna be on Switch. I know a lot of developers put games on Switch that you never expect. I know Apex is on Switch, and I know Call of Duty's coming to Switch, so maybe, hey, this game will come to Switch. But I know for sure it's coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. I don't know if it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One. I will put that in post if it is, but it's free to play. Now for the big part of the video, I'm going to say what everyone wanted to hear me say. I do in fact think this game is much better than Call of Duty, and I say that because of new Call of Duty. I don't think this game feels the same as playing old Call of Duties, and I don't think it feels better than playing the older Call of Duties, and I don't know if that's a nostalgia factor. I don't know what about the older Call of Duties felt so fun to play. Maybe it was you're playing with your friends. Who knows? But with nowadays lobby shooters, I think this game is one of the better ones. I think it has huge opportunity in the esports field, and I think that if you don't know about this game and you haven't been hearing a lot, I feel like you're going to in the future. I feel like a lot more is going to come out about this game, and I think people will start playing it a lot once it gets released. I don't know if it will be another Apex Legends or another Fortnite, but hey, hopefully. I wouldn't mind continuing making videos on it. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I really have to say on the game. If you enjoyed this video, definitely let me know what you enjoyed about it. If you agreed, disagreed, definitely throw that in the comments. If you like this video, definitely like and subscribe to stay notified for more. And yeah, don't forget to check out BillyTheWhip.com or just BillyTheWhip on any music platform for some awesome music. And as always, I've got to say it, don't forget to have a great day.